There's like nothing comes off. It is very, very impressive. Hi guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing new makeup. We are talking all new makeup and I'm so excited. I created this entire look on my face using those products. So if you want to know what products I used and what I thought of them, keep on watching. But I'm really excited because we have a bunch of fun products in here today, and one of them is a peel off lip stain lip liner. Crazy. So I just want to jump into this video and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this new makeup video. Okay, new makeup. I'm so excited. Let's freaking jump right in. So the first product we're going to use is this. This is from InnBeauty Project, and this is their Face Glaze Bronze. And I was really intrigued by this because I know a lot of people have been loving or using the Drunk Elephant like bronzing drops, and I know that's kind of a love-hate product, so I was really intrigued to try this and see if this was a nice alternative product. So let's just do a little on the back of my hand, and this is the product. It's really pretty. Now what I will say with this is there's one shade, so not a lot of variety. Let's get some variety out there, but that's okay. So again, this is just the one shade. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this kind of underneath the base. I'm going to apply, and I'm just going to do a little bit. I don't like to over apply. If I want to apply more, I can. And I just took about that much, if you can see, just a little squirt, and I'm going to apply it to my face with my fingers and just try and kind of blend it out with my hands. And it gives a really nice easy bronze. I mean, you can see on the back of my hand, it's not one that is super orange or anything like that. At least on my complexion, it's not. And I like the way that it kind of just does its thing. So we're just gonna kind of blend that in. Okay, we are blended out. So I actually really like this product because I don't find that it gives me patchiness. I have tried the Drunk Elephants one before, the Drunk Elephant one before, and I do feel like at times it can give me a little bit of patchiness on the skin. This one doesn't. It smooths really, really easily. I like to also add it in with my, I've tried it in my face cream. I've tried it mixed with my foundation, skin tints, and I really like the way that it mixes. This is a really nice product, and I find that it makes my skin feel super hydrated, and it does have hydrating ingredients in this, so that does make sense. But I do really enjoy this, and if you've been kind of looking for an alternative to the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops, and you're not really into the versed ones, which they have bronzing drops too, this is definitely worth checking out. This is more of a like a gel cream as opposed to like just drops. If you want something that's more of a drop, then I would definitely go with the versed one. Versed only has one shade too. I don't know why that's the trend, but can we expand the options? But this is a really, really nice product, and I like the way that it wears. So the next one I'm actually gonna do is my brows. Now I have this brow product from Jones Road Beauty. They actually sent me this, and I've been trying and testing it out. And I actually am really impressed with the hold. But what I like to do with this is I do like to scrape it off. I find that if I don't, there's just way too much product on the brush. So there's a side with more product like in it that is the shorter bristles. I don't know if you can see. And then there's like a longer bristle side that has slightly less product in it. I like to do a combo of both sides. So I'm going to do the shorter side first to apply it. My brows, I need to do my brows. Like my brow hairs need to be cut because they're kind of all over the place. So even with having cleaned it off slightly, look how crazy they look. Cleaned it off slightly, there's still a lot of product on the brush. So try and clean it off a good amount, especially the side that has the short bristles. But it doesn't bother me. It's just something to note because it does feel super wet. And then I'm gonna take the long side and just kind of try to not tone it down, but kind of spread out the product a little bit more. Okay, brow gel is on. I do need to let this dry a little bit. It doesn't require a lot of drying time, but it does require drying time. Just kind of like most brow gels that are more of a true gel, as opposed to products that are more pomade style or soap brow style. So like the Rose Ink brow gel, like just if you do a regular soap brows product, it doesn't have to eat, or just even a soap. These take a little bit longer to dry in general, but once it dries, they're really locked in, which is really nice. And I don't find that I have a lot of flaking, whereas some gel products can, by the end of the day or by the time you move your face and stuff, there can be a little bit by the end, like some white stuff. This I don't find has that, which is really nice. And I would know because I have the darkest brows, so it's so easy to it shows up so quickly if there is kind of that white jelly stuff that kind of pops up. I don't find with this one that it does, but I do clean off the brush because the brush holds so much product. So kind of scrape off excess product. There'll be plenty on the brush still. So I feel like I've let this dry enough, so I'm going to fill in my brows. I'm just going to go in with a brow pencil really quick, and then we're going to move on. All right, brows are drawn on, lacklusterly, not great, but we do our best. Next, we're going to go on with a skin tint. I'm just going to go on with this one from Summer Fridays. I wear the shade 5 in this, although they did come out with new shades, and I'm intrigued by those. So I'm going to do just a couple of drops, not a ton, on the back of my hand, as you can see, and I'm just going to apply it. I was going to use just my fingers, but I think I'm going to do a little bit of a finger brush combo, just because you can never go wrong with using both. Then I'm going to take a brush and just kind of dab it all in, just to make sure everything really melts into the skin, even though it's so hot that it's going to melt right off my face anyways. All right, super happy with how my skin is looking. Next, we're going to move on to concealer. I'm actually going to use the Tower 28 concealer. A review of all the new concealers that just launched is coming out before this video, I believe. So you'll get my full review in that video. I'm just going to apply a touch. The shade I have in this is the shade NOHO, NoHo. I don't know if it's named after like a specific north of Houston or whatever, but I do really like this shade match. And it's nice and brightening, but it has like a nice neutralness to it. And I'm just going to blend it out with the back of this IT Cosmetics. This is the Heavenly Luxe number 7. And I'm just going to blend it out. I have been really enjoying blending my concealer out with a fluffy brush, even an eyeshadow brush. All right, so that is the concealer blended. I'm going to use a touch more of the concealer, just a little bit, not a lot, just right here and right here. And I'm actually going to blend now with my fingers. Just really melt it into the skin. Okay, concealer is blended. What do you guys think? Now I'm going to move on to a bronzer. I'm just going to do a quick powder bronzer. I'm going to do the Victoria Beckham Beauty powder bronzer, and I'm just going to apply it to my cheeks real quick. This is my favorite bronzer brush, and just honestly one of my favorite brushes ever. It's just so good. It's so expensive, but it's so good. All right, bronzer is on. Let's move on to blush. And I was really excited when I got my hands on this. This is the new Nudestix blush that they came out with, and all of them kind of have a cap that correlates with the shade. Love that. I love when I can tell what a shade. Sometimes when you grab a blush and or even a lip color and the packaging is all the same color, I'm like, wait, but which one is this if you have multiple? Most people probably don't, but because I test products all the time, I always have multiples. But this is the new Nudestix blush, and what is the full name? The Nudies Matte and Glow Core All Over Face Blush Color. Longest name ever. And I got the shade Blush Bling, and this is such a pretty shade. This really felt like a good shade even going into fall winter. I've been using this a ton, and what I like to do with these blushes is apply to the back of my hand, So you can see the blush color. Isn't that just so pretty? And then I like to apply it with a brush. I just find that when you don't do that with blushes, sometimes it can get like cream blushes specifically, and you just go straight on the face and then blend out. It can end up looking a little crazy, especially on me because my face isn't very big. So what I'm going to do is dip in, dip out, make sure there's not too much product on the brush, and then just look how pretty that shade is, and just apply. Okay, love that. So pretty. It gives you such a pretty blush in person, and when you get close to a mirror, it doesn't look like it's just sitting on the skin. It looks like it's kind of really, really melted into the skin. The formula is very, very creamy in a good way, and I do feel like it has really nice lasting power on the cheeks. I do like to spray my face with setting spray, and sometimes I will set it with a powder. Even if it isn't like a blush, I'll set it with a powder just because it's been so warm here. I mean, I'm always in fall mode, so like mentally I'm in fall, but it's still like 90 degrees today. So we've had a couple cool days. So on those days, I won't like worry about my blush moving as much, but when it is hot, I do like to set this with a little bit of something. We'll set our face with setting spray and all of that after. But I really enjoy this blush. What do you think of the shade? I feel like it's a good going into the fall and like winter shade because it's pink, but it isn't spring summer pink, at least in my opinion. For my complexion, it's really nice. And again, the shade is Bling something, blush bling. Really, really good. Now we're gonna move on to the eyes. So the actual product that we're gonna be talking about, the new product we're gonna be talking about, is this one from Merit. This is their new single eyeshadows that they came out with. And I got the shade Burn. And it's this really pretty dark brown or darker brown color. It's not super, super dark, but it is, I believe, the darkest brown shade that they have. They also had a lighter brown shade, but I was really intrigued by the shade. And what I'm going to do with my eyes, and we're gonna keep it simple today. I feel like me saying I'm going to keep something simple is like famous last words, but we're going to do that. I'm going to take just a crease brush. I'm going to dip into my bronzer, and I'm just going to apply it to, I already have naturally dark like lids, so that is nice because I used to hate it, but it is kind of like natural eyeshadow, which is nice. So I don't really have to over apply anything to get, you know, extra depth. And I'm just going to blend it out. Okay, so the next I'm going to take a little mini brush, and I'm going to pull it on my lower lash line. Oh my goodness, can you hear my dog? She just took the deepest breath because she's sleeping, and it's so cute. So the next what we're going to do is I'm going to take my InnBeauty Gold Lust palette, and I'm going to take these two shades at the top here. Oh my gosh, if this could, there we go. These two shades at the top here, and I'm just going to mix them together into like a very pretty combo color, just a nice sheen. And I'm gonna apply it to right in the middle of my lid and pull it to the front too. It's just such a pretty shade. I love I talk about the InnBeauty eyeshadows all the time, so I don't think it's a surprise to anyone, but I love these. They're so good. So the next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Merit Beauty eyeshadow. I'm going to take a little bit on my finger, put it on the back of my hand. This is how I like to apply a lot of my darker eyeshadows. I'm going to dip in with this brush here. This is a brush that's actually from Persona Cosmetics. They did send me some of their brushes, and I really enjoy their brushes. This is their blend and apply. I'm going to use the apply side, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of create some depth on my lash line with it, and I'm not gonna go too crazy, but I don't mind if it goes higher up. And I'm gonna slowly build color. I don't like to apply too much at once when it's a darker shade, because sometimes I feel like it can get away from me quick. Now I do feel like this does dry down, so if you apply it to the back of your hand, you are going to need to keep applying to your back of your hand, but that's just the way I like to apply it. You can dip into the pot. I just don't like to apply too much at once. And then what I'm going to take is I'm going to take a little brush, and I'm going to use it on my lower lash line, just on the outer edge. Loving the smokiness. So with this product, I will say there's a learning curve, and by learning curve, I mean it dries down really, really quickly. And when it dries down, it like doesn't move. Like I really had to scrub, like not scrub with like soap or anything, but like really rub my finger to get most of it off. But there's still product on it, so I need to go wash my hands. But so it like really settles down and really doesn't budge. But because of the way that it wears, and by wears I mean the way it applies and the way that it kind of settles up really quickly and doesn't move. When you apply it with your finger and you're doing, let's say, a second layer with your finger, I find that that is not the way to go. And I find applying a second layer with a brush is just the best way to go, because I find that my finger can pick up a little bit of the product if I'm doing a second layer and kind of blending it, because I think the warmth of my finger just kind of makes you pick up the product a little bit. So using a brush is the best way I find with this product, but the longevity really, really is there. And I feel like because it sets up so quickly, you need to work quickly with this product or it is going to look patchy. It just is. It just is. Like if you're doing an all over the lid kind of moment, fine, blend it really quick, and then, you know, get your crease brush in there really quick to kind of blend out the edges. Because if not, it can look patchy. So that's just something to like know and remember. But I really actually do enjoy this product, especially for a lash line product. I wouldn't necessarily, ooh, something loud's going on outside. Can you hear that? Anyways, you definitely need to be careful with this. And I prefer, again, to use this on just like a lash line smoky product. All over the lid, I don't mind it, but again, I have to work quickly. So my preference is to just kind of apply it to my lash line. It's a little bit more forgiving, if that makes sense. But the longevity is like, this is crazy long wear. Okay, so the next we're gonna do mascara. I'm gonna curl my lashes really quick, and then I'm gonna apply the Jones Road Beauty Mascara, and then we're gonna move on to lips. Okay, mascara is on. I'm gonna have to use a spoolie to, I have a couple of little marks on my lid and lower lash line, but I'm gonna wait for that to dry and then spoolie them off. Next, we're moving on to lips, and I'm really excited about this because we're talking about like lip stains that you peel off that are also lip liners. I'm jazzed, and these are by the brand Sacheu, and I'm very, very excited. So I got two shades in this. I got the shade Pinked, and I got the shade Mauved, I think. Mauve, not mauved, mauve. And I actually, both of these shades are a really nice matte. I'm gonna go with Mauved because I do feel like this is gonna be the shade a lot of people are gonna have questions about. This is a very interesting product, and there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to apply it. So definitely go on heavy with this product. And by heavy, I mean like thick. Oh, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like don't like try and like make sure you apply a thick liner. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna apply it as a lip liner, but I have applied it like all over my lips, and the stain is nice when you do that as well. Okay, it's a hide. I am not gonna touch my lips together and just let it dry really quick. Okay, we are dry, ready to peel off. I'm gonna start with the bottom. So the reason that you wanna apply, I look crazy. The reason you wanna apply a thicker, like you really wanna apply like a thicker line, not a thicker line, but you want it to be like not wide, vertically thick, in the sense that, you know, there was a lot of product on, is because peeling it off, if you do a thin layer, I've tried a million different ways on how to apply this, it's a pain in the butt to remove. So yeah, I'm gonna just, you can even just go like this, and then it kind of lifts up. All right, that is the lip liner stain. What do you guys think? I do see in the viewfinder and in my monitor that it is coming across more pink than it is looking in real life. Like in person, it looks a lot more neutral. But I really like these stains. They're very easy to use. The peel off is really easy when you do it the way I told you. And the color really is nice and long lasting. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a lip color. I'm gonna go with this one from Jones Road Beauty. This is their lip tint. I might do two because my lips are feeling dry today. I don't find these lip liner stains to be super drying. They're no more drying than any other lip stain, but I will say just make sure your lips are hydrated, because it's so easy when you're not applying a lip product all day for your lips to get dry, but I don't find them to be super drying, at least not on my lips. And then I think I'm gonna do a little bit of the Rowan Beauty lip oil in the shade Charlie. I mean, I love that. Lip stain is great, not super drying. When I wear it around my lips, I don't feel like it's making my lip line feel super dry or dehydrated or anything like that, and it wears so nicely throughout the day, and it's super comfortable to wear. And if, let's say, you wanted to overline your lips, because I know a lot of people like to do that, I did try to overline my lips, and I feel like the color took really, really nicely to like the outside of my lip line. I don't personally love to overline my lips much, but if you want to do that, I tried it out to see if it would work out, and it looks really, really nice, and the color is super accurate and looks the same. I feel like sometimes it can take to the lip skin, which I hate that, lip skin a little bit differently than it does to the outer portion of your lip. So this is really, I like the way that it wore. And yeah, that's it for this video. That is it for my new makeup video. I would love to know your thoughts down below of the look of the products. Have you tried these? Let me know what you think. Are you a lip stain person? I historically have not been. I don't love lip stains, just because, again, my lips are kind of, I pick at my lips, and so the patchiness is just the worst. But I'm actually really enjoying this in my routine, and I've been using these a ton. So I would love to know your thoughts down below. Also, leave any comments down below of any products you want reviews on, videos you want to see. I always want to hear from you guys. The concealer video with the Tower 28, the Iris and Romeo, the House Labs, and the Live Tinted Concealers, that one is coming either before or after this video. If it hasn't come out yet, it will come out next. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.